Okay, once again, good evening. Welcome to the Monday Wrestling recap video. We're going to recap what happened on Monday Night Raw tonight and have wrestling news as well. Let's begin with Monday Night Raw. I'm about to scroll it down to Monday Night Raw, and I'm about to switch it in. So, Monday Night Raw, let's go ahead and address Monday Night Raw. Happened on Monday Night Raw. Everything's off the screen, so we'll go ahead and begin. The boss explains her actions. That's the what she did to Natalia. I seen that match tonight. I seen what happened. Natalia came out and got some retribution on Sasha Banks. That's one thing about it. Look, Sasha Banks, I'm gonna tell you, she bit off more than she can chew. She bit off more than she can chew. Cause I'm gonna tell you, this girl right here, Natalia, is not gonna go down easy. She's gonna fight. She's gonna come out and she's gonna continue to fight. And I'm gonna tell you, guess who came out after that? That was the man Bailey. She came out too, defending her. So this is I don't know what this is gonna how this is gonna end up. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how this is gonna end up with Sasha Banks and Bailey, Becky Lynch. Excuse me, Becky Lynch. The boss, Becky Lynch. That's another, not Bailey, Becky Lynch. So, sorry, get my wrestlers mixed up. So, apologize for that on this recording. Yeah, Becky Lynch. So, let's go ahead and give you what happened. Okay, backstage segments went on in the second segments. Okay, the King of the Ring first match was Ricochet versus Drew McIntyre. This is for the rights to go to King of the Ring, which is going to be probably next month. So let's give you the details. I was showing you the details right on the screen. So your winner was actually Ricochet. We'll face Samoa Joe in the quarterfinals. So that most likely going to be a very good match right there between Samoa Joe and Ricochet. Next match over. So he follows with a 630 to get the victory. So he got that one of his finishing moves. So let's pull this up again. See what else. Backstage segments again. Seth Rollins was in the backstage area. Also, King of the Ring first match once again. Miz versus Baron Corbin. That's going to probably be, I don't know how that's going to end up. Who's going to get that that qualifying? We'll find out because whoever wins out of that match will face whoever's in that quarterfinal. So we'll show you. The winner was Baron Corbin. He will face Cedric Alexander. So that's going to be in the first next round. So that's the next round in the King of the Ring matches. Follow the win. Corbin sits on the throne and puts the crown on. So I don't think he'll win it, but that's something to look at. Let's give you another breakdown. Okay, backstage segments went on. Carl Anderson was in the back. Let me pull this down, drop this off. Sorry about that. And, okay, the next match is Bailey. I was mentioning Bailey's name, but kind of got mixed up. So it was actually Becky Lynch. So Bailey versus Nikki Cross. She won her match tonight. So that was in the women's match. Also, backstage interviews went on with Braun Strowman. Also, Tag Team Turmoil, Viking Riders versus the B Team. Viking Riders won the match. Also, second match 2 was Viking Riders taking on the OC. And double disqualifications was so both teams was out. So it ended in a DQ for both teams. Unfortunately, for that in that match, so it ended up in a DQ. Just give you another match recap. Match number 3 was Robbie Road versus Dolph Ziggler, and also the Lucha Party. Your winner was Dolph Ziggler, and Robbie Rod won the match. Also, match number 4, Robbie Rod and Dolph Ziggler versus the Revival. Same result. Dolph Ziggler and Robbie Rod wins the match. Also, match number 5, Robbie Rod will take on Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph Ziggler will take on Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. That winner once again. So once again, Dolph Ziggler and Robbie Rod won the match again. So they won. So they won some matches tonight. Dolph Ziggler and Robbie Rods. The next match over, they did win the last and final match. That was the 6th match. So they had 6 matches in a row between Robbie Rod and Dolph Ziggler. So I say this, look, this is Tag Team Turmoil. This is what they're talking about. These are the matches that happened tonight. So the next match over was Sasha Banks taking on Natalya. Your winner was Sasha Banks by submission. So it was a submission victory for Sasha Banks. So congratulations to her. Follow the match. Sasha Banks goes back to Natalya and locks in the bank statement once again. That's what she was doing. And then 6 Smile. Look. Also, so you know this is not gonna end well for these two competitors right here between Natalya. Because Natalya, I'm gonna tell you, this young lady, she is gonna come back stronger, and she's gonna beat Sasha Banks. I think she will. So, okay, backstage interviews again. Backstage interviews. Also, Cesaro versus Cedric Alexander, as was one of the other matches going on. Cedric Alexander did win that match. He did pick up the victory. So it was a huge victory for him. Congratulations. Also, your United States Championship match. That was the last match of the evening. Braun Strowman taking on AJ Styles. You know, when Braun Strowman gets in there, it's going to be a match. That's going to be something to see. Now, AJ Styles wins by disqualification. Let's see. Styles pulled the trick out of Eddie Guerrero's book and fell on the mat with a referee disqualifying Braun Strowman. He thinks he used the chair. I'm kind of, I mean, if he did use that chair, that's probably going to be a disqualification. So, following the match, Strowman began using the chair to take out the entire OC to finish the show and hold up the United States Championship. So, Braun Strowman did not win that championship, but AJ Styles won it by disqualification. So look, that match is not going to be over. That's not that feud between Braun Strowman and AJ Styles is not going to end anytime soon. He is going to want that championship. He's going to keep doing what he's going to be doing. That's one thing about it. He's unstoppable. That's one thing about it. He's absolutely unstoppable. So, Braun Strowman, you can't stop a monster like that. You only can contain him, but you can't stop him. So, that's my take on it. Let's go ahead and go back to pro wrestling news. We'll talk about what's going on in the wrestling industry. Let's talk about Clash of Champions. 5 matches was confirmed for the September 15th pay-per-view. They will be, we'll go over them. Okay, Braun Strowman takes on Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. The Raw Championship tag team match will be Dolph Ziggler versus Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins. That's going to be for the Raw Tag Team Championship. The Women's Championship, Becky Lynch will take on Sasha Banks. Also for the SmackDown Women's Championship, it's going to be Charlotte Flair taking on Bayley. And the King of the Ring final will be determined. So that's going to be announced pretty soon for the Clash of Champions. That will be on September the 15th. That will be in on pay-per-view. That will be at Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay. Okay, Impact. Let's talk about Impact. Impact now reportedly covering hotel costs for wrestlers. Yeah, it costs. Because look, if you're working for that company, they should cover all your expenses. Period. End of story. Because look, these wrestlers, look, sure, they're getting paid lots of money. But the truth of the matter is, if you work for that company, they should cover your expenses. And that's good. That will help these wrestlers out in the long run. So I think it's very important that, look, sure, because these wrestlers are out on the road, you could say 300 days out the year. 300 days out the year without seeing their families and stuff like that. I mean, look, going to shows after shows after shows after shows. So I'll be honest with you. Look, I think I would have my hotel expenses covered if I have to be on the road like that. So this is from Mike Kellum. You can reach him at prowrestling.com. That's prowrestling.com. Okay, let's go over some more wrestling news going on. I already went over this. Let's go over some more pro wrestling news going on in the industry. Okay. Okay, AEW officially announced the signing of Tony, let's see, Tony Schiavone. I'm trying to say his name. Is SCHIAVONE. That's he's going to be signed with that Tony. He's a wrestler with so he's going to be signed with him. So it's Tony Sabo. I'm trying to say his name. It's a multi-year agreement, so he is signed with him. He is the most important voice in pro wrestling. He joins the AWA broadcast team. Um, he joins Jim Ross and also Excalibur. Shivani will serve as a senior producer for the events. So in addition, his additional work, he will continue as a role as a producer for Georgia um, football and baseball network. He does play-by-play commentary, play-by-play for the Atlanta team, the Gwinnett Stripes. He also, Silver Tongue led the voice in pro wrestling. Um, was leading pro voice in wrestling. The Grove, Cody Rhodes, he's the executive vice president. So I look at it this way: that's a great voice to have on your wrestling program, because this is a startup program. This wrestling, this new wrestling that they have, All Elite Wrestling, it's a startup program. I think that's what I think that should happen. I mean, what? That is look. It's gonna make the program better. I mean, it's gonna make the program a lot better. I mean, he could produce these things. He could go and produce these wrestling programs. Because Jim Ross and Excalibur is going to be the play-by-play voice of AWE Wrestling. And that's something right there. He is a leading voice. I mean, I think it's perfect. I think it's excellent that that they chose um, him, Tony Saboya. I'm trying to say his name. It's a funny name, but hey, we'll get used to it. So once again, this is for Mike Killam. You can reach him at ProWrestling.com. That's ProWrestling.com. Let's see what else we need to talk about here in tonight's show before we upload this to YouTube and Facebook. Let's see if I can see what else we need to talk about. Okay, this is 10 matches that the new wrestling program, All Elite Wrestling, is putting on. This is a pay-per-view event. This is All Out. This is the new pay-per-view that they're having. This is 10 wrestling matches on this card. So we'll show you on the screen. Chris Jericho will take on the Hangman Page. Also, Lucha Brothers will take on Young Bucks. Cody Rhodes will take on Sean Spears. Also, Kevin Omega will take on Pac. Also, the winner receives a first round bye. Best Friends will take on Dark Order. Also, Darby Allin will take on Jimmy Havoc, and also Joey Janela, Janela. Also, Hamachi Akachi Sadi taking on Rio. I'm trying to say his name is Riho. Also, Southern Cal Uncensored taking on Jungle Boy, and also, let's see, Lacha Salsa. I'm trying to, and also Moscow Stunt. Also, Private Party taking on Aniko and Jack Evans. Also the women's matches. It will be a 21 person battle royal. That's going to be the AEW All Out pay-per-view. That will be on Saturday night. So that's their first pay-per-view of this new wrestling um, program, All Elite Wrestling. So see what else we can discuss. I think we have discussed mostly everything wrestling. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and recap this, shut this off. Okay, this concludes the Monday wrestling recap video. We'll have this uploaded to YouTube and Facebook. Once again, like, share, and follow Sports Talk with Carol Wiemeyer Show on Facebook, WordPress, Instagram, Tumblr, and also Reddit. You can also email me anytime at carrie.wiemeyer@yahoo.com. Also, you can follow me on Skype, same addresses. Also, Hangout, same addresses. Also, you can follow me on Facebook, and also follow me on my Facebook Sports Talk with Carol Wiemeyer page. That's facebook.com/KLW. That's KLW782540. Also, you can follow me on Tumblr, and also you can always follow me on Instagram. So that's a lot of ways you can follow me anytime. So as always, everybody have a good rest of your Tuesday evening, and we'll be back tomorrow for another edition of Sports Talk with Carol Wiemeyer Show, where we'll preview the Tulane Green Wave tomorrow versus the FIU Panthers. So we'll do that tomorrow. So everybody have a good rest of your Tuesday evening.